speaking of advantages, the Jets have Justin Fields. That's a big edge over Aaron Rodgers. Jets gave him a 2-year deal, and he's going to be their starter. Fields is on his third team in 5 seasons. Actually, third team in 3 seasons after we went Bears, Steelers, now Jets. Here's Aaron Glenn talking about the third time being a charm.
Quiet confidence. You go back and watch him at Ohio State, big arm, understands how to run an offense when given the opportunity. Just want to let him play quarterback. I mean, that's what he's always wanted to do. And listen, I'm not saying that he hasn't had a chance to do that in other places, and, you know, that's not my issue. But I know what I want to do with that player. And obviously want to utilize his legs, but I also want to give him a chance to go out there and play quarterback.
All right. He'll get a second chance. Darnold got one.
Second or third?
Well, third. But
I'm going to be positive here. You ready?
Well,
I got the positive
Darnold
stats.
got a third. Baker got a third. There's no reason Justin Fields can't get a third.
So if you're looking for something positive, Justin Fields' completion percentage has gone up every year he's been in the league. Right. Remember, he's moving around teams, offensive coordinators.
And he also has had some defensive situations that are not ideal. Bears and Steelers are totally defensive organizations.
Right. And his quarterback rating has also increased every single year. Again, he's not throwing as many passes last year as he did the first few years, but there is signs of progress. Now, how he meshes with the new OC, what happens with him and Garrett Wilson.
Everybody likes him. He's got a good arm, and he moves well. And Sam Darnold did not click until Minnesota. And Baker didn't really, truthfully, really click. Like, Tampa was like, oh, Baker's really good.
But those are with stud guys, like Liam Cohen was excellent.
Well, again, here's where I would defend Justin Fields. I do not think, like a Baker or Darnold, he is gifted enough to overcome the wrong culture or the staff. And I think the Bears offensively and the Steelers offensively, now, unfortunately, the Jets are going to be a defensive culture. If this kid would have gone to Sean McVay, there's no doubt in my mind you'd get the best version of him. Now, what is the best version of him? Is it Sam Darnold last year? I don't think it is. Is it Baker in Tampa? I don't quite think it is, but it could be.
Could be, yeah.
So he's not a kid. Like, everybody I know that's talked to him, everybody likes him. Everybody likes Darnold. People like Baker, like that. Part of it is players, when Tomlin bailed on him last year, that was a little bit of a warning sign because they were 4-2.
Well, but the players loved him, remember? They really liked
everybody
playing
likes
with him. Yeah. Fields is good. I don't know. Now, the more you talk about Fields here, just now, I'm starting to be like, okay, do we have something in New York? Do we need to raise the expectations? Win totals are starting to emerge.
Oh, yeah.
Will the Jets, we don't have them yet.
No. I just saw him this weekend. I can't believe I didn't bring him in. I'll bring him in tomorrow.
Oh, they're...
I already
maybe I'm not on the right side.
I am a big seller on Dallas. Dallas has way
Don't tell me it's... Okay, we'll get it.
If I recall, it was like 8.5, and I'm like, no. Dallas under.
All right. I don't want to talk about Dallas. We're talking about the New York Jets. So, my concern is when you start talking about college, and you say, when you look back and see what he did in college, he had a big arm and could run an offense. It's like, bro, that was college. He's been in the NFL now for years. Like, what are we talking about here? And I get the argument. You say, well, listen, look how everyone's defending Caleb Williams. He was in a disastrous of a team, and he actually technically had a better situation than Justin Fields. That's fair. And then you talk about, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, offensively, like, they're not this, well-run team. It's like, okay, that's fair. And now it's like, well, now he's in New York. Now he's finally going to reemerge and find himself, and it took years for Sam Darnold and this or that. And it's like, but there's a difference. First off, Sam Darnold was already getting better beyond, before just Kevin O'Connell. And the amount of work that he was putting in beyond just Kevin O'Connell, working with other coaches during the summers, et cetera, like, he really evolved as a player. And Justin Fields, you haven't really seen him evolve quite yet. In terms of his, like, skill set and stuff. You can say, his passer ratings going up and his completion percentage. You're talking about negligible differences here. You're also talking about, you're asking this quarterback now to do significantly less, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm a big proponent of that, but it works only when you're asked to step up, that you step up. The Philadelphia Eagles asked Jalen Hurts to do a lot less this season. But when they needed him to step up, when they needed him to throw 25 or more times, he won, I forget his right, like 6-2 or whatever it was. Like, he stepped up. When they took away the run game, he stepped up. Like, so it's not just okay to just say, okay, well, we're going to ask this quarterback to do a little bit less, but you still need him to be able to, again, also execute the offense, run the offense at a high level that is more than just throwing the ball 22 times, running a few times when it's your turn to run and handing the ball off. Like, it's actually running the offense. It's actually being in charge of how this offense is operating on the field itself. Once the play is in, and once all of that is done, actually reading the defenses, doing RPOs, etc., etc. You're yet to really see that evolution. And against the and when he was with the Steelers, there were some games when you're like, it's time for him to take over, and he just simply could not. He just simply could not. A game against the Dallas Cowboys, for instance, it's a jarring game to watch for me. It's very jarring to just be like, they just can't. And the offense completely transformed with Russell Wilson. It just did. I know that offense also fell apart, but it was just a night and day offense. Night and day. So I just, this idea that Justin Fields is ready to break out as a top-notch quarterback. Let's think about what that means then. So here's just, the top quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Jaden Daniels. I mean, like, that's top 5 right there. I mean, like, top-notch in what way? What level are we expecting Justin Fields to be able to get on right now? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Yeah, I mean, if Justin Fields pops and becomes a top quarterback in the NFL, or has a season like, even like a Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, it'll be one of the most fascinating things to happen in the NFL. It'll really firmly solidify. But I don't even think it's fair to necessarily even say Baker Mayfield, because Baker Mayfield had a really good rookie year. He already showed that he can play some high-level football. Then he got banged up and injured. He tried to play, had personality issues. So the Cleveland Browns were willing to just be like, all right, goodbye. See you later. Sam Darnold was playing with awful teams. The Panthers, the Jets, teams that just did nothing. Then when he finally got to just even a semi-competent organization, the 49ers, and then the Vikings, it was night and day difference. I'd argue that Justin Fields, at the very least with the Steelers, should have shown significantly more growth and higher quality play. There's just a handful of games and moments that really just stand out to me. I still think that there's a chance for him to be really good, but I think to just say, like Colin said, oh, if he went to a team and had Sean McVay and this or that, it's like, yeah, he'd be significantly better. I agree with that. But at the same time, when you call upon his number, he just doesn't seem to have it. I mean, it really becomes that binary to me. There were so many moments throughout that season with the Steelers when they were just like, all right, Justin, let's go. And he just couldn't get it done. And that is a difference between winning and losing football games. It's why people seem to still underrate a Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts can throw the ball 22 times and have 180 yards passing. But in the fourth quarter, in a moment, in a gotta have it first down, he throws a beautiful, 4th and 3, throws a beautiful pass to Devontae. Or it's 3rd and 4, and you gotta pick it up. He picks it up with his legs. Like, situationally, he steps up. Like, that becomes the difference maker in that regard. That there's ample opportunity for you to be able to see that you just haven't seen yet. And that's when you're just kind of like, okay, can this guy get better? Yes. And if he was with a better team, better offense, better coaching staff, will he be better than years past? Yes. But how much better? What will that look like? We're saying that if he's just in a little bit better of a situation, he's going to become a top-notch quarterback, which is weird phrasing to begin with. A top-notch quarterback. Okay, define top-notch quarterback. What does that mean? What are we saying? He's going to be top 10 quarterback? Who's he pushing out? Who's he better than? Who's he going to be as good as? Have you built an offense that strong that's ready to pop like that? Yes or no? So, yeah. They obviously do believe in him because they paid him enough money. They paid him real money. I know obviously it's not like a true, big-time contract, but considering what he's done, not $5 million, not $4 million. Like, it's legit money. So they obviously expect, they obviously are like, he is the starting quarterback, and they do believe in him into a decent degree. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. And I'm rooting for the guy, and I want to see him win. I want to be able to make videos next season and just be like, Justin Fields is balling, unbelievable. This just goes to show you how much situation matters, and credit to Aaron Glenn and this and that. Like, I want to make those videos badly. I just think that even under the best case scenario, Justin Fields, it feels to me that Justin Fields becomes one of those exciting backup quarterbacks that he can do some really awesome things, can throw some beautiful balls, can rip off some runs, and can win you in a game in an exciting fashion, but he's ultimately just way too inconsistent to even remotely be reliable in that regard. He becomes one of those backup quarterbacks. And I'm not saying he is a backup quarterback, but I'm just saying in that style where some of these guys can really win some games, catch fire, get some excitement around them, whether it's, Fitzmagic or Minshew mania, like those types of situations. That there's like some really exciting stuff, some really exciting moments, some dynamic plays that get you pumped and be like, that's what this guy is, that's what he could do. But then he also does things where throughout the game when you're just like, oh my God, why can't they just push the ball down the field? Like, what are they doing? And the offense just doesn't look like it's doing anything. Like, it just feels like it's stuck in mud. And you're just like, oh my God, why? And then he goes down for a second and they put in a backup quarterback and you're like, oh my God. And that's what happened to the Steelers. It's like, wow, he goes out for a couple plays and they can immediately work throughout the whole field. And you're just like, well, that's different. This offense feels immediately different. And that's exactly the feeling that you had with Russ. It's like, whoa, this offense feels like everything's completely more open now. With Fields, it felt so tight and constricted and narrow. With Russ, it felt so much more open. So, we'll see. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Justin Fields potentially breaking out as a top-notch quarterback? Top-notch. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. This really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.